Welcome back, everyone, to another Company Affairs 2 Replaycast. This time, we are going to take a look at that glorious 4v4 that was sent in by 47. And he's also back sending replays, and he's playing as the Wehrmacht in Landsrath Ambush, the map that everyone hates. For some reason, I never found it that bad, except for the right side, which is annoying. Anyway, his friends are Johnny Halliday, OKW, Kastamiz, glorious Russian man playing as the OKW, and Parisian, another OKW, so that's 3 OKWs, versus probably Chinese guy with a bunch of numbers, playing as the Soviets, Udachi, Americans, Gravastar, sounds pretty Yugoslavian. It sounds like the name of a Yugoslavian car, almost. Like, yes, I just bought my new Gravastar today, you know? The government fucking let me buy the new Gravastar, and then 2 days later, there's a war. And then there's L1, which is a Brit guy, so there's 2 Soviets, 1 Brit, 1 American. Interesting. So, let's check this out. Apparently, there's a couple of guys for the Allies going down to the left, but they're about to get themselves really outflanked. This Cuba wagon needs to be very careful because it almost got killed by the, support crew of the machine gun. The machine gun itself, though, is a negative cover and is taking heavy damage from the Grenadiers from 47, and that's going to be probably a wipe, which means that he can also take over this MG. His own MG is trying to get into the building, but look at that, the Pinos are in a really good spot to just kind of massacre them, and so these MGs, they're trying to run away, but at the same time there's enemies on all sides. As you can see, there's these Brits over here, and that means that they can outflank the 2 MGs quite nicely, and they have to retreat. In the meantime, Parisian is trying to build a trench because he's fortifications doctrine, and he's got an SWS supply truck moving in with 2 pioneers. Oh no, that's the other guy. That's the other guy sending in a Stern Pioneers. That's Johnny Halliday. So the Axis actually sent no one to the extreme right, and in a, well, incredible show of bad movery, the Allies aren't pushing in and taking all the points. They're just kind of sitting on the VP and letting everyone do their own thing. The Americans have gone for airborne, and they're getting some pathfinders and mortars, so that's kind of defensive. They don't have really the capacity to push up, so the Axis bringing in support for the Allies, really good move, I'd say, considering that the left side was the only one that was kind of vacillating, and now they're basically coming back over, and they're completely pushing these guys back with sheer force of numbers. And, yeah, here comes the American mortar, but, like, what's it gonna do? It's 1 mortar. By now, they have a glorious battle group headquarters set up right at the front line. They're about to kill a Pino squad. Excellent wipe from the Sternpiles, and the Flamer squad obviously getting in that extra damage on the green cover. And he should also get the Flamer working on these engineers inside the scout car, because obviously, that's pretty effective. But, of course, needs to be kind of afraid because there's the other Strafniki down here. And look at that, he's going for a support gun, which is going to be an excellent choice considering the current situation, because that will allow them to counter the mortar without, sending in all the infantry. Because, yeah, that works, but you can't do that all the time. At some point, they're going to learn, hey, we need to get some kind of anti-infantry, and you can't do that. And then afterwards, yeah, look at that. That's pretty great. And then afterwards, the Allies are going to try to do some derpy fortification stuff as well. And that's going to be a, wow, what are you doing? Go wipe that. Go wipe that Grenadier, you idiot. Well, whatever. That's a wasted opportunity. And at some point also, just the longer that you subject the Allies to the support gun fire, the more attrition that's going to represent. And so that's fun. Nice flank from the Kubawagen. However, the Kubawagen itself is definitely going to lose to the scout car. Look at that damage, bringing out the guns. 50 caliber machine gun doing its own thing, but he might be luring it into the Stern Pioneer. Thankfully for the scout car, it is very, aware of the situation because there's other infantry units spotting the Stern Piles. Nice grenade. And yeah, so Finally, the MGs, though, for 47 have gone all the way back to base, reinforced, healed up, and now they're back for revenge, as you can see. Now they're very, very close to the action, and at this point, that's going to be probably the end of any Allied attempts to move in. What was that, Def? That was the Kübelwagen, flanked by the Americans with all their firepower coming in. Glorious freedom with the captain, and... you know, oh, look at that! Here comes Klaus, trying to run over the infantry. He doesn't realize that that's not how it works, but that... that was low-key a fucking great maneuver, because that sent, like, all of the American infantry on a buggy, like, run of doom. And, oh wow, real good play there. Just vaulting over that, you know, quick thinking by Yudachi. Just vaulting over that fence, or that low stone wall. And, yeah, saves his guys from being very, very close to a lot of shitstorm. Really good positioning, by the way, of the M1910 Maxim, so that he can just fire on these guys. And while that's not going to do all that much damage, it is, and there's the building blocking it, it is going to, you know, shoot most likely all the time, because there's always going to be some kind of target, because there's so many guys, and that's going to provide area of effect suppression as well, which is obviously quite good. Allies trying to push in with those conscripts, throwing in Molotovs. One of them just gets absolutely blocked and murdered by Klaus the madman. I'm just gonna take a picture of Klaus over here, because this guy just knows what's up. It's like, look at him, look at him. He's like, yeah, I know what to do. Jesus Christ. Klaus just knows what's up. Okay. Nice. Kastamiz is clearly practicing his Lada, you know, street racing over here. Just waiting for that moment when he finally becomes the Russian Vin Diesel and can do Fast and Furious on the streets of fucking Novosibirsk or something. Okay, so 47 has decided to go for a bunch of grenadiers, which is never the worst idea ever, especially when you can upgrade them with the MGs, which he can't yet because he's not in territory, but he does have a bunch of munitions, so you should probably do that. However, he's taking heavy damage and one of the squads goes down, thanks to the glorious flank from free infantry sections. And oh, are they going to wipe out the the Volksgrenadiers? They are. Excellent kill on that Volksgrenadier. And now these other Volksgrenadiers, I don't know why anyone isn't using cover, but I don't know. I guess it's just the way of gang warfare on the streets of Novosibirsk. And yeah, just they're all going in and taking massive casualties. But I mean, L1 does have the manpower to replenish his losses. Purpurisian, sort of. He's also got his own truck. He's already built both battle group and mechanized regiment, all up in the front, and he's about to lose his battle group headquarters thanks to this amazing placement of the M157mm AT gun. The Axis are trying to move in to stop this guy, but the Maxim is preventing them from doing anything, and looks like the battle group headquarters is gonna go down, which is really, really bad. Where's the support gun? It finally only now is shooting at this guy. It should have been using the smoke barrage, to be honest. Or, well, he's probably using, yeah, at this point he's probably just using the attack round. Oh, look at that! He's almost dead! Nice usage of the little incendiary rounds to try to destroy the half-track, and it destroys the half-track, while at the same time the support gun barely at the last moment destroys this guy. Walking Stuka barrage comes down from Kastamaz's Stuka, which doesn't do anything, kind of anticlimactic. And looks like the Allied assault on the headquarters might be repulsed, but here comes the Pinos. Strafniki have the satchel charges, and Gravastar knows that this guy is very, very low, because the thing is getting hit by an artillery barrage from a Chinese guy with numbers as anti-tank gun. The machine gun over here goes down. That was 47's machine gun, veteran machine gun. That was actually the Vickers, the stolen one. And look at this. They're very, 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 very close to actually destroying this thing. If they had sent just, like, you know, the Pinos in. If they had done that, then that would have been good. But now there's Schwer Panzer quarters. So at this point, if they try to flank around, they're going to get Schwer Panzer quarters. And Perperisian is also going for his own Schwer Panzer quarters. So that means that he's probably going for the KT. The problem is, I don't see this battle quarters surviving for much longer. And yeah, here we come with 2 British AT guns. You know, finally. But the MG34 is not happy about that. He has decided to pop his own incendiary armor-piercing rounds, and he's Ved 5, so he's absolutely just sniping everyone. Look at that! Holy fucking shit! Just, that's like when Kolya has just bought his, like, fucking Red Army surplus RPD and has brought it to the streets of Novosibirsk's gang war. And he's just walking around, you know, with the Tachanka helmet from Rainbow Six Siege and that's fucking RPD, and no one can stop this madman. That's basically what's going on. And yeah, so here comes the T-70 light tank. Now that there's no battle group headquarters, now the infantry from the Germans can't reinforce anymore. And look at that, just everyone just abandoned the right side. And here comes fucking who was fucking Klaus, you know, Klaus the madman, Russian name Kolya, and he's just taking over everything. Nice artillery barrage is going to destroy pretty much all the AT guns. So basically, the result of this German tactic of, like, you know, let's bring up and build up kind of SimCity, was that the Allies just went all in on the AT guns. And that's working. They have already destroyed the battle headquarters. They've already destroyed the mechanized regiment headquarters. They've already destroyed one of the Schwer Panzer quarters. In fact, Perperisian is without any trucks. He has spent so much on the trucks. At this point, he's in a bad position. He's also building an LEFH artillery piece. But the other Schwer Panzer quarters from Johnny Halliday is being destroyed as we speak. And no German infantry can do anything about this because of the T-70. The support gun is pretty much the only thing that can do anything. And that's, you know, not good. A lot of that, you know, those German eggs were in the truck basket, and now they're in the shit, let's just say. Because Johnny Halliday doesn't really have that many resources, and he doesn't have that many units. Especially no, like, you know, tech. Like, he's about to lose his Schwer Panzer quarters. He hasn't gotten any units out of it. And he's only got tier 0 on the field. Like Volksgrenadiers, Sturm Pioneers, and machine guns. Castamiz is in a bit of a better position because he has built his stuff a little bit further behind. He's had a little bit more time to build stuff. So he's got a Stuka-Zufus. He's got his glorious officer from Breakthrough Doctrine, Sturm Officer. And, oh, look at that. Here comes the T-70 going in on the LEFH, but, yeah, there's the Panzerschrecks over here. He's probably gonna die. So Castamiz does have some decent units, but he's floating 1 million manpower, so why isn't he building some Panzer Fusiliers is beyond me. He's got munitions, he's got manpower. He could dominate the infantry playing game, but whatever. But 47 knows what to do. 2 Ostwinds, and looks like something that was recruited by those little shock troops was killed. And here comes the Ostwinds with a nice complimentary Stuka barrage. They destroyed let's see, 70, and now they're coming around. And wait, where are the AT guns? They're all dead, are they? Yeah, I think they're all dead. And so that's gonna be the end of, like, everything, because other than those AT guns, there's no AT. And oh, where are these guys? Oh, he's brought them over here. Oh, so here they are, and they're gonna start to fire on the Ostwinds, but the Ostwinds can just kind of go around. And if they're smart, yeah, if they're smart, they're not gonna just go over, like, over here. In fact, they could have just done that, because these AT guns haven't, you know, swiveled around, which is a bad idea. But a glorious LEFH artillery barrage is going to pound these AT guns into the dust. And oh boy, they're still all... Oh, that's unfortunate. It's the pack howitzer. Oh crap. One of the Ostwinds is gonna die because he's taken an anti-tank grenade. And the other one is trying desperately to support, but I mean, like, this is gonna do a lot of damage overall, but I mean, it's very likely that this one Ostwind will die, because here comes the chase from the free anti-tank guns. There's like no other units, no other mobile units that can support the Ostwinds. Like, yeah, sure, you've got... This is, by the way, a really bad idea. You shouldn't clump these two up together. You should have put the other one, like, in the church courtyard or something. Or behind the church, even better, to use the church as cover. But not, like, in the same place. That's a bad move, my friend. And, yeah, look at that. That's... Wait. They're not chasing anymore. Yeah, they know he's there, but they're not, like, pressing in. So, is the Ostwind going to survive? Yeah, the AT guns are getting artilleried, but that's not going to kill the things. Oh, no, and he's going for another Ostwind. Why are you going for a third Ostwind? Okay, so obviously he's elite troop, so he's going for the Tiger Ace. But perhaps it's not the best idea to go for a third Ostwind when you have no AT at 16 minutes. You've got 2 Grenadiers, an MG. You know, with no Leichte Mechanized Company with for packs, with no Panzer Grenadiers for Panzer Shreks, like that's just a bad idea, because you need a little bit of that, you know. Ooh, damn. Nice mines. Need a little bit of that anti-tank. Otherwise, you're just going to get cucked. Nice grenade, but that's not enough. So Gravastar has been completely smashed. He's trying to propaganda artillery at the place where they have the retreat point, which is probably the best idea you've ever heard, but whatever. Another artillery piece! Looks like the gang war on the streets of Novosibirsk is, well, becoming more intense. There he goes. And that's interesting. So do they know about this ambulance retreat point? Probably not, but it might be a really good thing if they did. So Yudachi, who hasn't been participating in all that much except with his support guns and artillery, he has gone for a Jackson. I feel like that's not the best. I feel like that's the best idea ever. And I totally wasn't about to say otherwise. Just as the Sherman Firefly is the best idea ever. What's happened to L1? What? Okay. I guess the third Ostwind wasn't also such a bad idea. Okay, we need to pause to understand what the fuck's going on, because I do not know. Okay, so 47. Wehrmacht guy. 3 Ostwinds. 2 amazing Grenadiers, who are right now staring down a... Yeah, they're about the Panzerfaustus guy who is trying to chase down the Ost... with no infantry support when they're all... Okay. Okay. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. Johnny Halliday lost everything, then rebuilt the things. Now he has a KT at 18 minutes with a Volksgrenadier Vet 4 in support. Perparisian has 3 LEFHs. And also lost everything. With 1 Grenadier and 1 Pioneer. Then Customies, who is just the best man ever, is floating like so much. He's clearly going for the King Tiger. Like, look at this shit. He's going for the fucking KT. You just know he is. But he hasn't gotten a battle group headquarters. Did he ever get one? I don't think so. So what the fuck? He's going for a... Oh my god. He has 6 command points and everyone else has more. because he hasn't been fighting, except with fucking Kolya Klaus the Madman, running around and running over things. He's got 3 Regenwerfers, which is actually a good idea, by the way, because he can sneak these guys around. Someone, Purpurisian, has been planting mines, so that's good. At least someone knows that mines exist. And he's got a couple of machine guns, and he's got the walking Stuka, which has 18 kills, to be fair, so that's working. The allies, that's got to be the best 18 gun placement ever. It's like, you don't want this guy to miss. Oh my god, you don't want fucking Dimitri, who's drunk on vodka, to miss. Whatever. Now even Yuri can hit something. So, numbers guy is, he's got 2 conscripts, ML20 that he's building, 1 million resources with no, like, possibility to get an IS-2 or anything like that, and no mechanized armor Campania to spam out, like, Katyushas, Su-85s, you know, useful things. I don't know why he's floating all that much, but we shall not even think about it. Yudachi, yeah, he went for the Jackson, which is going to work against the Königstiger, but he decides to send it over here. He's also got, like, all of his vet infantry, which is, to be fair, doing fairly fine, considering that the Axis have literally no infantry, so probably they've been doing pretty well. And then we have yellow guy, Gravastar. He's got nothing. 1 shock troop, 1 Pino, 1 combat engineer, and he's going for a KV flamer against people with no infantry. But to be fair, he can just send the KV flamer in and kill all the artilleries. And then they're gonna get recruited by like a Volksgrenadier walking by. Then we have L1 with a Tulip Firefly with a damaged engine. No infantry, despite the fact that he has 778 manpower, and he is fucking commandos Vanguard operation, so he could drop in a commando officer right now and recruit commandos out of this thing for the 700 manpower, and he'd have 2 infantry squads, and then build a sapper and repair his thing, and he's getting a little, what is this thing called? Centaur AA tank? Against people with no infantry, but to be fair, he can send in and kill the artilleries, and then I think the Centaur can actually kill the guns as well. What the actual fuck is going on? Like, I have no idea. I can't even... Like, I think the Germans are gonna win because they have a King Tiger. And in these kinds of games, King Tigers are useful. Yo! That's some ballsy-ass moves. So because he got the Panzerfaust, come on, Panzerfaust number 2, Panzerfaust number 2, Panzerfaust number 2. Because the Jackson has, like, no armor, he can send in the Ostwinds. Good job. And here comes the P-47 rocket strafes, but they're getting completely demolished by the Ostwinds. However, this one is coming in from the other side, so probably not enough range on the Ostwind AA gun. To be fair, though, I mean, like, yeah, you're gonna damage the Königstiger, but, like, the Königstiger is gonna get out of line of sight, and then the P-47s can't do anything anymore. Yeah, because, like, he doesn't see it. I see, by the way, right now, like, all these artillery pieces gaining veterancy as we speak, because there's probably explosions going on in the rear that I'm not... Yeah, look at that. Okay, at this point, I feel like definitely the Axis are gonna win, because... I don't know, I feel like the Allies just don't know what to do anymore. And, oh, the KV Flamer was doing the best flank ever, but he gets hit by a mine, but at the same time, doesn't really matter, because all that he needs to do, he's got long range, all that he needs to do is stand around and flame, because he's a toxic kid. And look at that, just absolutely obliterating a Sturm Pioneer. However, he is trying to run away, but that's gonna be covered by the Sherman Firefly. Here comes the rockets! And that worked relatively well, but didn't get any, like, criticals, or, you know, he's got a nice little light stun, but he can run away. Yeah, like, the Ostwinds would have been able to eventually kill the KV-8, but obviously, you know, not with the Sherman Firefly. Here comes the KT, which bounces. Like, the KT should be probably afraid of both the Firefly and, like, random AT guns. Also of random satchel charges. And I like how the Pioneers were chasing around to repair the guy, which, if they were a little bit better at chasing the KT, would have killed them. Here comes a Stuka barrage. I don't know where. On the middle of nowhere. Oh, no, that's not a Stuka barrage. That's, like, a assault artillery? Okay. I guess the... No, there was a Stuka barrage. It must have been somewhere else. I don't know, the Allies seem like they don't really have much anymore, which is not surprising considering they lost all their infantry and all of their AT guns are getting artilleried. By the way, getting only LEFHs seems to be a really good idea because he can micro them a lot better. Interesting. And because he has been able to micro them like full time, without anyone supervising, or, well, anyone supervising, without having anything else to do, and now he has a KT, he can, you know, whenever anything comes up, just artillery it, and it's working. So another KT, another KT. What's Custom is doing? He still has all of his things, but he went for a Jagdpanzer, which, to be fair, is a unit, so I like that. What is he doing, though? He's not getting the... He's not getting the battle headquarters. You know? He's got 400 munitions. He's still at 7 CPs. Because he's not getting into any fighting. What is his plan? Is it some kind of like KGB nonsense that we didn't know? Oh, he got the glider. Incredible. Wait, why is there a ZSU truck here? And why isn't it dead? Come on, just attack round through the thing. Also, amazing smoke coming from somewhere. What is that smoke caused by? No one will ever know. But that's allowed the KT a little bit of cover to come in and destroy the half-track. No, sorry. Decrew the half-track. And the KT is going to die because of it. Because now there's an Su-85 because Gravastar decided to get a mechanized armor Campania. A Sherman Firefly, and the Jackson's dead, right? It got killed by the Ostwinds. So now here comes the Su-85, but the Firefly is not really being very aggressive. All the infantry is being absolutely massacred by the Centauri tank. However, the KV Flamer has decided to switch earlier on to the gun because he was getting chased by the Ostwinds and didn't just switch back to the Flamer. Now he switched back to the Flamer. Now the KT decides that it's a good idea to come back around. Here comes a bombing run, which destroys the other. This is why you don't put all the artillery guns together, because one bombing run over here, you can see literally the line where it went, and the other bombing run here just absolutely obliterated both. Not both, all three, actually, of the artillery pieces. Another KT comes in from the flank. That's Johnny Halliday's KT, you know, the one that was built earlier. And he's doing pretty well, actually, on the Su-85, but he misses the last shot, and he's getting hit from the flank by the Firefly, but the Firefly has to run away because he's low on HP. The KV Flamer is derping all over the infantry, but he's getting dabbed on by the KT, and so he's gonna die. Very interesting. What's going down over here? That's a propaganda artillery. Is there anything else? No. What? In the meantime, by the way, the Allied infantry, or the Allies in general, finally realized that the right side exists, and they're going in and capturing everything, which is a really good idea. There's another Jackson from Mudachi facing the German base, and there was a Panzer IV from Kastamise. In the meantime, he's also lost Kolya Klaus the Madman, which is very unfortunate. And, yeah, looks like the gang war is progressing in the Allies' favor on the right side, which is obviously a really good idea, because if you look at the resources right now, the Allies are very much superior to the Axis, and the reason why is because they took the entire right side. Despite the fact that the Axis have, like, fuel caches and stuff, you know, and the Allies don't, except for one. Actually, no, two. So it's like, what? One, oh shit, I'm gonna need to... One fuel cache, two fuel caches, three fuel caches. Okay, so they have one more fuel cache, but because of all the points, the Allies are ahead. Nice Stuka barrage, almost wipes out one of the Pathfinders. In fact, it might have wiped out one Pathfinder, because I only see one Pathfinder, and there used to be two. So one of them must have been wiped at some point. Jackson comes in and destroys the other fuel cache, but oh boy, the Jackson doesn't realize, or maybe he should, because that was the fate of the last Jackson. The Jackson doesn't realize that bad things can happen to him, and that bad things is the nightmares of every co-player. It's the Free Oswins blob, but the Free Oswins run away, and the Jackson is free to come in and discover that there's just Schwerer Panzer quarters. T-34 is around. He finally went for a mechanized armor company, which means that, yeah, he can get the T-34s and excellent ram. There's absolutely nothing that can follow up. Although there is the Firefly here. Firefly number 1. Oh, he wasn't doing it for the Fireflies. He was doing it for the Heal 2 Precision Bombing Strike, which misses. That's very unfortunate. That's unfortunate. And now he's trying to get the Fireflies to shoot at the KT, but that's not working. The T-34 is still taking damage. The other KT is being, you know, kind of blicked at by the Su-85, but there's finally 2 packs coming in from 47 who decided to get a, you know, Leichter Mechanized Company, and mark my fucking words, this is gonna be a good idea. So, can they start shooting? Yes. So half damage, or half HP damage already on the first Sherman Firefly. Sherman Firefly number 1, dead. That was the 50 munitions of the 60-pound Tulip rockets and the, what, 150... Watch me fail as I try to remember how much a Firefly costs. So like 480 manpower and 150 fuel? 440 and 155. Remarkably good. I was honestly expecting to be much more off the mark. So for... Okay, how much is a pack, though? 320 manpower, is it? Yes. So for 640 manpower, he has just taken down 440 manpower, 155 fuel, and 50 munitions. Okay. And now he has Vet on his packs, which means that he can use target weak point. And when he does this all over again, even if the guy is paying attention, which the last time he wasn't, wow. Look at that glorious Russian tree. The trees of Novosibirsk are very, very sturdy. So the tree just protected the infantry from the first rocket of the volley, which was the one that would have hit them. That's amazing. Physics, it's good. And here comes the Tiger Ace now from 47. So here comes also the Su-85s. Unfortunately, the packs aren't there to support the Tiger Ace, so the Tiger Ace has to use the Panzer Tactician, the best ability in the game. Why is there an assault artillery? Oh, because he had 700 munitions. Okay. And also there's a KT flank, which is a decent idea if you had like any infantry with it, but he doesn't. So now he's gonna be the next target of choice. So like basically what's going on right now is one big German heavy tank comes in, gets kind of borked on by all the Allied tank destroyers, then another German heavy tank comes in and gets borked by the Allied tank destroyers. At some point the Germans decide to bring up infantry or AT and the Allied tank destroyers have to run away. Look at that. Just look at that. What did I say? This is a good idea. And now he's killed the Centaur, which is 130 fuel? No, 100 fuel. Yeah, I definitely fucked up. 100 fuel and 320 manpower. So, again, you know, 440 plus 320 manpower equals 460 at 960. And then he kills the Su-85. Yeah, as you can see, packs are like a decent idea. Even if he loses them right now, which he shouldn't, but he's gonna. That's very bad. Oh. Is that going to prevent the chase of... Okay. Why didn't they chase the guys? No idea. So now he has killed with 640 manpower. He has killed... How much is an Su-85 again? 130 plus 155 plus 100, so 230, 285... 485. Must be. No, 385. 385 fuel, then 350 plus 440, which is 790. Then, okay, 1090 1,110 manpower, and however much fuel that was, 790. So yeah, packs are good. I think you get the point, and I can now go back to the regularly scheduled programming. Amazing play by 157mm. It's decided to move up and take some pot shots at the Schwer Panzer quarters, but here comes the KT. What is Kastamis planning on doing, by the way? Like, he's got free head. He was going for the Yag Tiger now, was he? Oh boy, this is like when, you know, he's the oligarch's son and he's gotten rich. And he can buy, like, the Rolls Royce or whatever. Or, you know, the Range Rover. I don't even know anymore. And Yudachi, in his infinite Confucian wisdom, is trying to kill an ET gun from the front with 2 Jacksons. And even Johnny Halliday, who was the guy that decided to build, like, the Schwer Panzer quarters over here, and who's the guy that decided to just wait for the King Tiger and not build anything until 18 minutes to get the King Tiger? Even Johnny Halliday was able to fucking bait him and outsmart him by getting the Panther in from the rear. Baited and outsmarted. Fucking amazing stuff. So yeah, that just kind of that's just amazing. You know, this is, I believe, gonna be the 300th Company of Heroes 2 replay cast on my channel. I feel like I should stop because I've already wasted enough of my life on this stuff, but I'm gonna probably do others. However, this is like so perfect for it to be the 300th because it's just like, you know, it's just a conglomerate and concentrated, you know, like paste of everything that has been Company of Heroes 2 on this channel for these like 3 years. It's like, you know, people just being total derps, doing things for the memories, or because, me like big Yag Tiger, and then like someone buys a pack and it wins the game, and then for some reason bad ideas that shouldn't be working work, like getting free artillery pieces. I don't even know. So finally the Rakenwerfers are being used for something, and that something is facing down a Churchill crocodile. Kastamis is the best person ever. Anyway, the Churchill Croc does die, and the vet-free Sherman Firefly is going down to the packs. Now they're both vet-free. Yeah. Isn't that amazing? And the VPE game, I haven't been talking about it, but it's equal, and, you know, at some point someone's gonna, you know, cap them, and that someone's gonna be the Germans, because come on, the Allies have nothing anymore. Like, look at that. If you look at the Germans, they're all like very, very heavy on the pop cap. They've all built, even Kastamis has been able to get his Yag Tiger that he was waiting for the entire game. And you know, like, yeah, it's the end. This is the end, my only friend. Oh my god. I'm not even gonna talk about this game. Because, like, you know what happened. You can see it. Oh, look at that, the free Oz twins. Oh yeah, I should have mentioned in all, like, the, you know, tropes of my Company of Heroes 2 casting career, someone getting Oz twins. Probably too many of them. Because that's just the best. And there goes everything because, hey look, and yeah, they surrender. Well, that's just how it works on the streets of Novosibirsk. So thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. I guess I'll see you soon.